Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is Memory here. We are here for the next episode, I know, of the new Higurashi anime, this being episode 2, and I've made my decision on what I'm going to do for now. Those are the keywords for now, because this could definitely change, right? This isn't like anything that's really set in stone, but I've taken in so much today, to say the least, from so many different people, from so many different perspectives on just like what I should do, right? And there's a bunch of factors that have contributed into, besides taking everything in, there's a couple factors that have contributed into me making, this decision. But I mean, we've had like the title change. They really, I don't know, we've probably saw something like this, or there's been something like this happen before, but the creator and the staff are like, they're madmen for this, really. It could be a disaster, right? Depending on how the future goes. Like, they're taking a big risk here. We got to keep this in mind. This is a big risk what they're doing here. Apparently, with like the first couple minutes of this episode, the title change, this what they did here, right? They're taking a big risk, and we've saw some shows do this, like where they have like this big twist, or they kind of flip the series on its head, like in the first or the second episode or whatever, and then it either ends up working out or just becomes a train wreck. So I guess this is another case, kind of on that, depending on how it goes. But there's a couple factors. The first thing is the poll I put on the community tab, and I pretty much asked what should I do, and it was like 54, 55%. There was over like 400 votes, and 55% of people said they want me to continue watching, this anime here. So that wasn't like a huge factor, but it is something, right? It is definitely something. The next one is time, and it revolves around time. I personally, right now, as it stands, do not have the time to watch the original all the way through as quickly as I can, or do the visual novel, or read the manga. There are things I could do. I like to take my time personally with things, but I'm not going to try and do one of those as quickly as I can just to get to the next episode, or to be able to keep up with this seasonally or whatever, So there's that. And then the main factor is from the creator himself, from the director, from some of the staff, saying that this is newcomer friendly. So whatever they do here at the beginning, which I don't know what it is, but whatever they do here at the beginning of this episode, they obviously have some kind of a plan, right? They have something. It's intended, right? It's intended for them to do whatever they do at the beginning of this, this second episode, So I would, compared to anyone else, I guess I trust the creator the most. He's the one who is behind this, right? And the staff are behind this, so I would say, I guess I trust him the most out of anyone else. So when it comes down to that, really, when they say it's newcomer friendly, now why? I also question though in my to myself, like, okay, why would the creator say don't watch the new Higurashi anime? Why would he say that? Of course he's gonna tell you to watch the new one, but from what they're saying, and even the staff, it's not just him. What the staff are saying as well, it is newcomer friendly. So that's like the main factor that is making me watch, continue on with this second episode here. So, with all that said, like I said though, this is just a for now thing. It's not really set in stone. Could it just end up being a disaster and then I end up not watching anymore? Yes, it very could be, but could it have like the first two or 3 minutes? I heard it's like the first 2 or 3 minutes, and then it goes back to where we left off at the end of the previous episode. Could they just continue on normally and then we come back to whatever it is later on? I guess so, but I'm kind of curious to see how they are going to do it, though. I definitely am really curious. So we'll see, though, man. With all that said, I know we talked a lot here, but I feel like it's valid for sure, just with everything that's going on. I know you guys may not like this decision. You guys, may dislike the video or whatever it may be. You may not watch the reactions. I'm not forcing you to watch them. I've never forced y'all to watch my reactions, obviously, and that just goes for anything, right? I'm not forcing you guys to watch my reactions. You guys don't have to force yourselves to watch or consume anything, right? It doesn't even have to be reactions. It could be music. It could be sports. It could be whatever, right? So I'm not forcing y'all, but if y'all are continuing to rock with me and watch my reactions, support the content, then I really appreciate y'all. So yes, with all of this said, man, we're gonna get into the next episode, guys, episode 2 here, and see what we'll have. We're starting at the very beginning, 0 seconds, and we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1, play. I think it's at the very beginning here, which we got left off on a pretty big cliffhanger, which apparently the Rika scene we had at the end was new. So I guess this is it. We have Rika. Where is she right now? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like another dimension, or she's like don't know who She has horns. Hanyu. One of the fragments linked to the myriad worlds. A lingering trace of my. So she's dead? Or. Okay, that's what I'm questioning. Like, what is going on here? See how she's floating? June 1983. 100 years. So obviously there's some kind of like time travel element. I mean, that's kind of a common thing I feel like with a lot of visual novels. So I'm not really surprised by that, but. Oh, everything now, even the rules of Hinamizawa. And who kills Rika? Okay, man. See, I just have more questions. Like, see, this is how are they gonna work with that, or how is that all gonna? And then it transitions right into where we left off. So it's like, okay, man. I don't even really know what to say about that. It's just like, what do you even say? Okay, we got the OP here. This is like giving me some Monogatari vibes already, though. Which is Akio Watanabe. So I'm really liking these shots so far too, though. So there's obviously, I guess, some kind of time travel element or something there, like. And Rika being killed doesn't even really, like, because I mean, we saw the very beginning of episode 1 what was happening. People are dying, like, so I don't know, man. I'm not gonna pay too much attention to the OP visuals either, too. Ooh, we didn't get a Nipa though. What if we should have got a Nipa, right? Nipa during that scene at the beginning. Imagine, dude. Okay, I really like this. So many visuals, so many things where I'm just like, okay, what are these things symbolizing, or what is wow. Yo, I really like that OP. That OP is like the shots in there and just that was that's amazing. Hey, I need an axe. Whoa, whoa. Watch now. Did I scare you? You're looming over him with an axe. Like, I know I asked for an axe. Keiichi asked for an axe, but yeah. She gonna play it off like that. See, but what they showed at the beginning, it's like you don't know what is happening or what it really is. You can only kind of guess, right? So it's like we see a lot of shows do that in the episode or first episode or two. They'll show something from the future that in future events that happens, and it's kind of how it leads up to it or how it comes to that. It's a risk. It's a risk they have to take, but well, they don't have to take the risk, but it's a huge risk they're taking in doing that. Is what I meant to say. Kind of like Decadence, what Decadence did in episode 2. I know it's not as popular, but kind of reminds me of that. That's that's the second time Keiichi when he's laying down like that he looks so like he looks like a midget. His legs look like so short. They got kids of all ages here. That was something they were supposed to address in the first episode, but they didn't. Like they have kids of all ages here. Tag. Look at Keiichi's reaction. Right. It's a part of the club. Now he's in. Yeah. Oh, nice. Nippon! There we go. Right. Not comforting. Adding the Nippon at the end of it makes it a little more comforting, right, though? Just getting your insides ripped out before he does it. Satoko. That boy's face like instantly started blushing. Look how red his face is. Did that just instantly happen when he? Did you have a little crush on Satoko? Something? We'll see how this goes. The police, his mom, his dad, like all this. His house is on fire. Like rumors are spreading about all of them. Yep. She's just standing here. Not weird at all. Zombie. Zombie. Nee. See, it adds a little more comfort to it. Doesn't make it as bad. Oh, oh boy. Yeah, they got him. They got him. That was smart. That was smart what they did here. Look, yeah, look how they're crawling towards him. Like, oh man. So now it's like things are just going normally. Like it's just literally picking up where we left off in the. Oh my god, they're gonna do this. So besides the first 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes or so, it's like. Jeez, they're really going crazy with that. Man, Mion played them all. We gotta really look out for Mion, right? We gotta really look out for her. Obviously, Rena's the one I feel like we gotta look out for. I guess all these characters in their own ways, but really gotta look out for Mion and Rena. Like Rena, like especially her. Dude, just her whole like right, you just holding it around like this, like chill. There's that again too. Them little one-liners like we've had one from her in the previous episode. We had one from Mion. It's just like, stop playing with this. Stop playing with these things. And when he's doing it like this, it makes me think of what we saw with. Yes, it makes me think of that. Exactly. That's exactly what it makes me think of. I was just about to say it, and then they show it. But like he's getting a vision. Is he foreseeing himself doing that? Like, or has that happened in the past? Like, or something? Like, right? Like, if it's happened in the past, then how did we get to this point? You know? It's just like, what the hell? Foreshadowing kind of thing, possibly too. Like, I don't know if they did that in the original. I don't even remember, honestly. Jeez. Run! Run! Get out of there! I'd be like, what is wrong with you? Hello? Like, it's like lost in a trance. Like, it is, yeah, he's like, what the heck was that? Like, what is going on? He still kind of carries on as normal with her. June 17th, 1983. What was the date we heard at the beginning? I forget what it was, but I think we're around that time. Really? 5 demon battle royale. Oh, it was 4, but 5 with him with Keiichi. So it's so interesting to me, like how he's like he goes from like not being interested at all to like being like one of the most interested or excited about it. You know, just like we saw with the zombie tech thing, and then with when it comes to the club, like that's when he gets really on board. It's a small village after all, but he's always around taking pictures and whatnot. He comes here for some other reason. He's young unmarried women. That's what he's actually after. Man just going around taking pictures all like seems kind of sus, right? Like I feel like some girls may be like, yeah, freaked out by that. Like just the kind of vibe you get from him, you know? Detective or spy. Look how Rena's looking like, oh shit, he's on to something. Like he's kind of getting somewhere. He knows too much, or he's like right, like we got to try and put a stop to that. That's what I'm getting from it. He's questioning too much. Can't see her. Like, where is she at? Rika, aw. Same. She's so adorable. She's still going. Rena is still going. Loving this track they're using for this right here. That's one thing I've really liked. You know, the backgrounds, the music. I like the designs too. I just like aesthetically how it's very. I like it. It's very pleasing. Definitely. Oh, hey, it just takes a picture, not without even asking. I think I talked about this in the original when I first watched it too. The first couple episodes, I was like, this guy just yeah, he's just going around taking pictures just without any permission. Something else. It's like, man, you see them playing games, you see them doing all these nice things together, but then you just can't help but think about the very first thing we saw, the very beginning of the first episode. Like, I'm not sure what that was. Like her blessing or something. Get her giving him his blessing or her blessing. I don't even know what's up with that. She got swept away with the crowd. You put him and Rena alone. Of course, it has to be Keiichi though, the one that goes with her. But see, they always somehow it's just them alone or the two of them. Ooh, ooh. We got Rika's big moment. I'm excited for this. Props to Keiichi though, right? No hesitation, just grabbing the hand. Like, what a guy, right? You better put Satoko on like up on their shoulders or something. Mion knew too. Like if I okay, it has to be Keiichi like going to her. Here's Rika. Like probably like some kind of a dance, right? Yeah. How focused, intense. They're really going in with like the character acting for it. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like just how fluid, like the movements are. He is meeting up with a woman. He is. The man is meeting up with a woman. Oh. Oh, they leave it off like that? Oh man. We got the ED too. I want to see these visuals. That's what I was saying last episode. I was like, I gotta see the new visuals. I like this like style. Is it like kind of like a maybe not like a watercolor, but it's like maybe I shouldn't pay too much attention to these visuals either as well. You just have like it's so adorable. Like the five of them, you know, so cute. But then we like see these things like we saw at the very beginning of episode one. It's like how does it come to that, or like what happens? Like this is what we saw at the beginning of this episode. We don't know what's behind it or how it comes to that or what's up with it, but June 17th, June 22nd. You saw like all the blood on June 17th or whatever, I think. Trying not to read too much into these, but I'm kind of getting some really. Yeah, man. Oh, what the hell? 22nd. Dude, oh my lord, look at these visuals, dude. This is spooky, man. That's so spooky. Oh, jeez. So, this episode, besides like the first, I think 2 minutes or so, whatever it was, like, really it picks up from where the previous episode left off. So, with the first part, though, because I know that's something a lot of people are going to talk about and are talking about. It's just like, me as an anime only, I don't know what the hell is behind it. And, like, depending on how they work with it, depending on how it goes, like I said, either way, it's a huge risk what they're doing here. Depending on how they show how it leads up to that, or how they reveal or how they show what's going on with that, it's just pretty much we don't understand. We can kind of question or kind of guess on what's going on with it, but we really don't know fully, the full like scope, of what exactly is up with the first part, with what they showed in here. So, I mean, it just really depends. I personally don't have a huge problem with it. It just depends on how it goes in the future, what they plan to do with it. Because like I bring up Decadence because it's like the thing that I'm like it is most recent that I can reference. Decadence in episode 2. It was a new anime from. It was an original. I know this isn't an original or whatever, but an original from last season. Decadence did something with episode 2 where they flipped the whole series on its head essentially, and it was taking a big risk. Honestly, like the series was literally what like it wasn't anything like what we saw in the first episode, pretty much. So this isn't on that big of a scale. I feel like what they did here with it, but I guess I can kind of compare it. And I feel like Decadence did an okay job with it. It wasn't like the greatest anime ever, but I feel like in terms of an original, Decadence did as an original, it really stands out, right? Like it actually is an original, because you'll have these originals come out that are just like kind of clones of just a lot of other series that that are adaptations or whatever. Like, and it's something you have saw before. Decadence really, like when I really think about it, it wasn't really like anything I've saw before, at least in terms of anime. So I gave a lot of props to Decadence for that and the team behind it, you know. So I got to bring that up, but I personally don't have a huge problem with what they did at the very beginning. It has me questioning, it has me wondering more than anything, right, on what is actually going on there. So yeah, though with what we had here, obviously picking up from the previous episode, we have like the festival, we have the Rika dance, which how they animated that, and just that was really nice. I got to say, the OP is the OP, man. That might be one of my favorites of the season. Honestly, I can say that 100%. I'm gonna be listening to that a lot more. I'm gonna love listening to that every week. That's for sure when it comes to this. Which we'll see what they do for the future episodes. Right? We have like this kind of this shade. There's a lot of shade on a bunch of characters. Obviously, already with this, there's suspicions. But we have like Tomitake here. We have this girl. We'll see. I think after, I don't know if it was with this episode. I watched only the first 3 episodes of the original, so depending, I'll know. I feel like, definitely, I feel like the next episode is where, after the next episode, I'll be fully anime only, right, when it comes to this. So we'll see what happens with the future, of this series, of this new adaptation for Higurashi. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode, though. If you guys did enjoy my reaction, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace out.